Let's look at a few more examples. We want to see what are the solutions of x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. I'll keep my strategy of identifying, first of all, what are the values of a, b, and c. In this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to -4, and c is equal to 2. I think at this point you should stop the video and try to apply the formula alone. If you did pause the video and apply the formula, you should have gotten to the point where you're saying that x is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 8 over 2. Now maybe this is bothering you a little bit because square root of 8 is not an exact number. 8 is not a perfect square. So we are going to deal with irrational numbers over here. So we can write this is 4 and then plus minus, and we know that the square root of 8 is 2 times the square root of 2 over 2. So we're going to simplify a little bit this expression. If we have 4, that means we have 2 times 2, and then we have plus or minus 2 multiplying the square root of 2, and all of that divided by 2. You can think as here we have 2 times 2 divided by 2, so here you can cancel one factor of 2, and then we have plus or minus, and then we have 2 multiplied by the square root of 2 divided by 2, so we can cancel one more factor of 2. So this gives us 2 either plus or minus the square root of 2. So that means that we found the two possible solutions for x. X could be 2 plus the square root of 2, or x could be 2 minus the square root of 2. And you do not want to get your calculator and approximate those numbers. Those are the exact answers for our quadratic equation, and they look a little bit different because they are irrational numbers, but there is nothing wrong with them, and you should just accept them as they are. My next example is the following. I want to solve x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. I find here that the coefficient a is 1, the coefficient b is 8, and the coefficient c is 16. So now I want to apply the formula, and you should pause the video and try to do it yourself. If you did apply the formula, you will see that we are getting inside the square root 64 minus 64. So that means we are getting -8 and then plus minus square root of 0, so 0 over 2. So this, what it's saying is that actually it doesn't matter if we do plus or minus because we have only one solution, -8 divided by 2, which is -4. Okay, that's the first example where we get only one solution, x is equal to -4, but that's not a problem. We knew that quadratic equations could have only one solution. Even more, if you look at the equation we have, you may notice that this is of the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals to 0. And that means that we can write actually this as x plus 4, all of this square is equal to 0. So the only solution that we have is x is equal to -4. You could have noticed that without applying the formula, but if you did apply the formula and you got to the result, that's fine too, of course. Let's look at the third and last example for this video. I want to find the solutions for x squared minus x plus 5 is equal to 0. In this case, a is equal to 1, b is equal to -1, and c is equal to 5. So, pause the video and go ahead and try to solve it. Let's see if you're getting the same value as me. I'm getting that x has to be 1 plus minus the square root of -19 divided by 2. Okay, we got a problem over here. We are trying to find the square root of a negative number, and that cannot be done if we are working with real numbers. So for us, since we are only able to work with real numbers, what it means is that this quadratic equation has no solutions. And we knew that that was also a possibility. We have seen this before. So this is our third example.